Let me show you an AI writer that can write the whole blog just by typing in the title. Now it sounds crazy, but it's also true. It's called AutoBlogging. Plus I'm going to show you other tools that it has. Let's go check it out. If you want to check out AutoBlogging, check the link in the description. Now, let's go check out the quick mode. This is the one where we just type in the title and we're going to get the article. Now, there's two modes. One is the basic one, which is mode 1.0, and the other one is generating quick mode 2.0, which will give us longer content. Now, let's try the first one, and I've added this article. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games are coming to Nintendo Switch online today. That's all I wrote for the title, and I want this for English, and there's other languages available, and I want the AI image and the frequently asked questions also. So let's generate the article, and let's wait for it to give us this output. So let's give it a couple of seconds. There we go. We just got the output. We can download the article, and we can also download the AI image. Remember, we ticked this on. That's because we wanted it to generate an AI image, and it generated this one for us, so we can use this right away. Now, this is what it just wrote, all by just using the title. Now, that's pretty interesting, right? Now, that's a lot of typing. Okay, that's a lot of information for what we just used. Now, be aware that the output that we're going to get, we need to check it and we need to tweak it to make it our own, right? So we don't just grab it and we just use it that way. The best thing we can do is tweak it, all right? Now, let's use the same article and we're going to use generating quick mode 2.0. Again, we're going to want the AI image and it should generate a different one. It's not going to be the same. Every single time it's going to be different. So let's go ahead and generate that article. Oh, add the title there again and generate the title. So let's wait for that one to load in a couple of seconds. Here we go. We just got the new article with another AI image generated. And this was using quick mode 2.0. So we got all this output for just the title. So let's go ahead and grab all of this. Let me see if the word counter can let us know how many words are in here. Okay, let's copy this. Let's go to this word counter and paste it in. And it has 1,718 words generated by just using the title in this quick mode. Now, that's pretty amazing if you ask me. Now, I'm going to download these articles and I'm going to put them in the description in case you want to check them out and read them. Article 2. All right, and like I said, I'll upload those and I'll leave the link in the description. Now, that is for the quick mode. If you are lazy, that is the way to go. But if you want to go in pro mode, if you want to add more details into this, jump into pro mode, which is this one right here. In pro mode, it's going to ask us a few more things, but we're going to get a better output because we're going to help it out with giving it details, like the subheading and keywords. For example, I am adding the article title right here, and then I'm adding a subheading with keywords. Here we go for this one, another subheading with keywords, another subheading with keywords. So it helps it generate the article, and it's going to be smarter because we're telling it in a little bit more detail what we want. Now we can add more subheadings if we like. Again, we want to generate this in English, AI images, and we don't need the frequently asked questions. So let's go ahead and generate this one, okay? So again, we have to wait a few seconds for this to generate. So let's wait. Okay, we are receiving the next article with pro mode. And you're going to see that they are based on the subheadings that we added. For example, here's a title, here's a subheading, and we have the information for that one. So there we go, another subheading, and we get the article for that. So it was way easier to do it for this because we're giving it more specifics. Again, let me download this one really quickly. Okay, that's article 3. Again, check it out in the description. And there's also Amazon reviews if you need this information. Let me grab a link. So I'll grab this one from a charger. And I'm going to put it in here, the product URL, and we want to generate the title based on that page from Amazon, okay? So like it says, 1 to 2 minutes for each article to be generated. So let's give it a couple of minutes. Here we go. We just got the information for the Amazon product that we have right there. And we got an article based on that product. So it helps us generate all this information. So get that there, right? So we got the about the product, portable and compact, dual usable ports, 1-day response customer service, review score, the conclusion for this particular article. Now, again, let me download this one. Okay, that's saved. Now be aware that if we make changes in the editor, those are not going to be saved. So just be aware to download it in those cases, okay? But we can go ahead and edit everything we need right here and grab the source code if we need it, okay? So especially grab the source code if we're using the frequently asked questions like the pass mode from quick mode and pro mode. Now, aside from those, there's the free tools. So in the free tools, there's things that you can just start generating based on title generators. So for example, if I want to do a title generator based on a, for example, a mind map, note taking, notes, request, etc. Let me grab this here. Let me generate the title. The benefits of mind mapping and note taking. I'll generate it again. Okay, now we got this one, how to use mind maps for note taking and requesting. So it gives us the overall view of how we can use this on a title and we can tweak it, right? The meta generator, again, I'll use these tags right there, the keywords, and we're gonna get the meta description for this. For headings and outline generator, we can generate this there, and it should provide us in a bit. There we go, now we got some headings. So it's pretty cool that this is free, we can start using it as much as we want, and it won't cost from the plan, all right? So you get all that there. And then we have the history. In the history, we're gonna view all the outputs that we've gotten. For example, I've been playing around with this and we can go ahead and download them from here. Remember, the changes that you make on the editor are not going to be available here, only the first version that it provides. So you get all of that with AutoBlogging. Like I said, one of my favorite features is the quick mode, maybe because I'm a bit lazy, but again, you generate it, you get the whole article, and then you tweak it. So that's what I like. In the other case, if you need more specifics, jump into pro mode and add all the information. You can remove the keywords if you like and just add the title and the article headings. So it makes it super easy to use. Now again, if you want to grab AutoBlogging, check out the link in the description. And that's a wrap.